Hello friends, this is Teal. We are pandemic cooking once again. Now, it's about like 3 in the afternoon, 3:34, and it's time that, you're either day drinking by now or you've just kind of maybe had it with those new coworkers of yours and you need a little something that you can take after it finishes baking and disappear maybe into your bathroom. I suggest, if you have time to soak in a hot tub, that's grand, but dry tubs work as well. And you can kind of take this treat into a separate place where you can get some sanity. Now, if you need a pandemic date, this is appropriate pandemic date food. I hesitate to share it with the children though. Okay, now, so it's about this time of day where either you're day drinking, or we've talked about the other option, or the third option is that you need to do something dangerous to make yourself feel alive, and I'm in that boat. So I'm boiling sugar here, and it is very important to just keep your little paws out of that. Don't be stirring this. No, because pretty soon we're gonna dump in some cold cream, and all hell's gonna break loose. Oh yes, things are going to get very exciting. So this is why I have everything laid out, because even if I wasn't videoing this, you have to be so prepared for this because it's super dangerous cooking. And isn't that what we all need? Is dangerous cooking? Yes. Okay, so little backstory. What are we making? We are making a caramel croissant pudding by Nigella Lawson. FYI, Nigella is my spirit animal, except for the cocaine addiction. I don't participate in that part of her life, but pretty much everything else, we look exactly alike. Okay, anyways, a girl can dream, right? So Nigella says that this recipe will make, and I quote, it will serve, rather, 2 greedy people, which is why it qualifies as date food. I normally like double or triple this recipe if I'm trying to feed a crowd, but no. We're in a pandemic, folks. No one's feeding crowds. So my sugar's boiling. We're gonna make a caramel sauce. And when it starts browning, I'm going to rapidly pour everything in, and you can see it explode. And yes, Lindsay, she's saying she's made this. I know, Nigella is a goddess. In fact, maybe I've even made it back in your neck of the woods. So what are we doing now? We are waiting. It is really hard to wait. Really, really hard. We want it to almost burn, and you cannot touch it. You cannot. Don't be putting any weaponry in this thing. None. Nothing. Okay, you just gotta wait. Now, while we're waiting, we're gonna talk about what bread we're using, because the recipe calls for stale croissants. We all know that all of our bread is stale at this point. You could use anything that is bread in this recipe at this point in the pandemic. Now, in a perfect world, yeah, go down, get those stale croissants, because they're really, really good. In fact, it's kind of transformational to make bread pudding with croissants. And if you're gluten-free, like me, we can all cry into the same pillow, because there are no gluten-free croissants in the grocery store. So I'm making this for my children because they don't deserve me. I'm so good. And I just wanted to do something dangerous. I mean, really, we're stuck in the house. Everything's super safe. This is dangerous. We are burning sugar. Okay, so it's looking really good. It's not brown at all. It should happen very quickly. All right, so we're going for a deep amber color, by the way. Deep amber. Mine's, well, it's pretty much still white. So that leads to another topic. Okay, so you can sub in any kind of bread you want. Just a minute. I had to go to the grocery store, which means I have butter again, by the way. But I found this chocolate cranberry pave sliced. It's in the day old, or like week old in pandemic days, for like $2. If you want to use fresh bread, get over your bad self. Don't even go there, because fresh bread will not have that dry, crusty, chewy consistency that you really need to get the custard to soak into the bread. Oh my word, we're super close. We're starting to turn brown on the edges. Okay, so have we talked about the bread? Anything stale in your pantry, there's the bread. Sugar, let's not mess around with this. Don't be using no honey or maple syrup or agave crap. You need to use white sugar. White, not powdered sugar, not brown sugar, not dark brown, not light brown, nothing but white sugar. We're gonna get a little militant about this because I have tried to caramelize brown sugar and it goes badly. I'm just saying, very badly. Oh, it's getting there. Okay, so the edges are slightly brown. It's all kind of hard. Don't touch it. And it's starting to turn brown from the bottom up. Okay, I'm gonna call this good. My dog is barking, just ignore that. We don't know why. And that's the same one. Okay, so we're gonna dump this in and we're gonna stir like crazy. But before I do that, I'm gonna turn down the heat. Ooh, it's not really dark. This is touch and go, people. Touch and go. Okay, if you wait too long, you have to start over, which we have a lot of sugar, so that's okay. But if you don't wait long enough, you'll have bland custard. Okay, I think it's good. I'm gonna turn this down to low, not off, and then I'm gonna introduce the cold dairy. This is whipping cream because don't bother with anything else, but I think you could honestly get away with half and half. I really do. Here we go. Ready? Oh, okay. I don't know if you can see. Woo! A lot of steam. A lot of steam. Everything in the pot is boiling. You want to use a high-sided pot, by the way, because it's like whoosh. Now, you can't stop stirring. So I have all this whipped cream left in the container, like around the edges. I don't know if you can see that because it's super bright behind me, but don't go back there and try and like set down your tool and use a little spatula. Don't do that. Just add a little bit into the cup to begin with, knowing that you have to leave it on the sides of the cup. Because this hand, see this? Don't stop. You will probably get something big and hard. Just keep stirring. Go, go, go. Mine's perfect, by the way. No hard clumps. Sucks to be you. Okay, but now it has low heat, okay? So the next step is key. We're gonna leave it on low, and I'm gonna stir. I want you to see this. I don't know if you can see this. Do you see that? Like dark amber color. Dark amber color. All right. Now, I have to read the recipe because I got super excited with all that steam. And if you are stirring out your clumps, just stir, woman, stir. Keep going. More. You can turn the temperature back on, like medium, and just keep stirring because those clumps will melt. They will. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to add the bourbon as well because dangerous cooking should always include alcohol. Okay, here we go. Bourbon and cream. Ooh, the bourbon, it does. Now, in the past, I have actually combined the cream and bourbon before I put it in, so you can do that too. And then the bourbon makes it foam up as well, so it gets very exciting. Whew. Oh, I'm a little overclamped. Okay, now we have to add the eggs. Now, you can see a line when you have like this boiling cauldron mass of caramel and it says add eggs. Okay, you're gonna get like an omelet of hard eggs if you just drop your eggs in there. So, wow, it just keeps foaming. So what we wanna do, we're gonna temper the eggs a little bit. And this is just, okay, I'm turning off my heat because it won't stop foaming. Okay, this is very exciting, very, very exciting. Okay, my eggs, they're cold-ish, you know, because eggs should be room temperature, just so you know. And then you have this sugar, hot sugar mixture. So we're gonna try something, and I'm not a professional, so I don't have a camera here so you can see, but I have my eggs, and I'm gonna dribble in, second whisk, spoon. I am going to dribble into the eggs just a little tiny bit of that caramel, and I'm gonna whisk like crazy. And I wish you could, maybe you, no, can't see it. Okay, it's just like drip, 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 super slow, super tiny, and whisking like a badass banshee. I mean, like as hard as you can go with your weak hand, because I have to whisk with my left. It's just like a drunken hand trying to do something that others can do. But if I try and pour with my left, then I'll dump, and then I'll pay dearly. So, okay, so I'm trying to get a couple spoonfuls of this hot caramel into the eggs because the children are taking my car in the background, which is just terrifying. Don't leave, children. Oh, tough. Oh, well. Okay, so I have 2 spoonfuls. I'm gonna go a little bit more because I want to take the edge off my eggs. And I'm whisking like crazy, pouring very, very slowly. So they're like totally opposite. Okay. My left hand, the weaker hand, is paying dearly for this. Okay, there we go. I think, so now my eggs, I don't know if you can tell, but they're brownish, which is good. That's what we want. So now I'm gonna whisk and pour this incredibly slowly. And I'm gonna whisk like a banshee. Think egg drop soup, and you don't want any egg chunks. So whisk like a mad banshee. You should have this on low heat, by the way, because we want to cook the eggs a little bit. I mean, not like solid. Really not solid. Okay, this is the slow process. Madly whisking. Oh my word, do you feel like you're living on the edge? I am. I'm living on the edge. I really hope children appreciate this. Okay, now we're done. This step, if you are really, like as my mother would say, if you're really Scotch, you could wipe down the inside of this and use every little last egg thing, but I don't really care. So here's my little pan of my torn up bread chunks. Lovely cranberry chocolate bread. I would hope that yours is croissant because seriously, it's life-changing. This is not bread pudding like you think, oh, bread pudding. No, it's different. It is better. Okay, so we're gonna pour this caramel mixture over the bread. And it's gonna be super soupy. And now this pan here is filled with deliciousness, like beyond deliciousness. So we're gonna scrape every single last iota of caramel out of there. Your caramel's gonna be super runny. You're not making like caramel topping for your ice cream. You're gonna bake this like a normal person. So depending on how dry your bread is. Now this bread that I got at the store, super stale. Perfect. And so I'm gonna let this sit. It says up to 10 minutes. I don't care how long you let it sit. All depends on how annoyed you are with the children and how badly you need to drink and hide yourself in the closet. I'm doing pretty good today. So I got my drink, I'm good. You got whiskey and whipping cream and bread. So it sounds like a match made in heaven. Okay, you're gonna cook this for like 20 minutes. And Nigella's recipes, they work. So if she says 20 minutes, it probably will be 20 minutes unless you've quadrupled the recipe and put it in a huge vat. And in that case, you'll need to cook it longer. So where are we at? 350, there you go. Now, if you need to read recipes like with an emotion attached to them and how we function in life, you should get some Nigella Lawson cookbooks because she's fantastic and she writes things like the recipe is designed for 2 greedy people and not like normal people, greedy ones. All right, take care, folks. Go cook dangerously. Live the life you need to live to survive those new little coworkers who are running around your life, or in my case, the really big ones that take my car without asking me. All right, take care. See ya.